Okay, guys. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are glad to see you all here today. Me and my colleague Edward, we are going to stream the US CPI release.
Hi guys. I'm really happy to see you all here, and thank you, Kirill, for inviting me to the stream. Yeah, as Kirill said, we will stream the CPI, the Consumer Price Index of the United States, one of the most impactful and important releases of the month, and definitely the most one of the current week. Today, we also will look on some instruments. Maybe we'll open some trades or at least analyze the charts of gold, Euro USD, and USD versus other currencies. So, Kirill, what we do have for the CPI release? What is your expectations? What do you think?
I was kind of surprised today when I was preparing for the stream that, as you guys can see, the expectations for the monthly CPI is pretty high comparing to the previous data. What it means? It means that as expectations are high, I think that the US dollar index will keep growing in the middle term, but in short term today it might experience some volatility, maybe decline. However, I still believe that if the CPI, the inflation, stop declining, and basically what this CPI release will tell us that the inflation comes back. So basically the inflation risks, they are rising. It just tells us that the Federal Reserve may do some hawkish steps in the future and boost the US dollar even further. That's why my overall prediction for the US dollar is obviously bullish, but today some volatility is expected. So I think we might start with the US dollar index. It's not what I'm looking at right now, but let me guys check. If you subscribe to our Telegram channel, you've probably seen that the US dollar index, it is moving in the rising channel. Yeah, so basically everything can happen. However, the overall pattern, especially if we remember that the expectations are pretty high, the overall pattern points us to the fact that decline might appear. Basically how it works, when the expectations are high, and the US dollar was rising on these expectations, it's time to fix profits, right? So basically I expect the first reaction for the US dollar is to decline. However, after it, the US dollar might rise again. Anyway, I do not suggest you open any trades before the release. Let's just get the data and trade after. Now I think Edward will tell you more about particular Forex pairs such as Euro USD, please.
Yeah, of course. Euro USD is just what I'm looking at right now. Can you please, Kirill, open the 4-hour chart? Yeah, thank you. So what I'm thinking about Euro USD currently is that, as you see on the screen, we are moving inside a bearish channel. This is definitely a downtrend. This is not a correction of the uptrend. We're definitely in a downwards direction, and now this is downtrend correction in the form of a bearish wedge, with the lower border starts at around 1.068, 1.069. So after the breakout of the bearish wedge, we are likely to see even further decrease in the Euro USD pair. Therefore, the US dollar index is likely to rise, pushing gold also lower. Still, however, still we can take some, I don't know, we can call it a fake movement, a fake breakout of the wedge in the upper direction. This is not the scenario that we want to see, but this is definitely a possibility, because above this wedge we see a trend line that we broke through, but we haven't tested it yet. So this trend line combined with the upper border of this channel in Euro USD may be another point where we we'll probably look for sell trades, for short trades in the downward direction, and the targets for this big movement will lay somewhere near 1.05 or 1.06 as for me.
Yeah.
Kirill, do you agree with that?
Yes, guys, I just want to sum up. I totally agree about everything Edward says. We can see that the global trend line has been broken by Euro USD several days ago. And right now, everybody see this bearish wedge. Sometimes it happens when everybody see the pattern, price likes to kind of collect liquidity, because right here a lot of stop losses above this resistance trend line. What I personally expect, actually how I would like to trade this pair today, if on the release the price spikes to 108, I would try to find sell points here, as Edward says. Yes, because first of all, it is a huge resistance trend line, number one, and another resistance trend line. So basically it's like two different resistances in the same point, which is a massive place to a massive spot to gain your sell position. However, if like the CPI rises significantly, even above the expectations, the Euro USD might fall down immediately. However, I do not expect this scenario today. You never know, but I think there might be two trades here. One is like below, placing your sell stop limit order below this low. So in case the price breaks below this low, it moves lower toward 1.065. So basically you will catch this movement. However, I still think that it is much riskier. I would prefer looking for some sell trades around 108 as for today. So let's keep going the same strategy. Edward, just what do you think about XAU USD?
Gold here, it also has a lot to show us. If you guys are subscribed to our Telegram channel, or you look on for other articles on our FBS website, you probably have seen our sell signal on gold on Monday that have worked quite perfectly. Gold declined from the level of 1930 to the support of 1950 and even broke this low, confirming that the downtrend is continuing. In fact, gold is now consolidating, and I expect, despite all the news that will come out in just 5 minutes, I expect gold to continue consolidate in a downward manner with the target of 1904 and maybe slightly below this number, because there we has a low on the 4-hour time frame. On the 1-hour time frame, we have a really long wick of the candle. I suggest that there are a lot of liquidity below this wick, and gold may try to collect this liquidity before choosing any other direction. Nevertheless, I think that gold is still in a downtrend. Therefore, sell trades are preferable for me personally, and this combines perfectly with our me and Kirill's thoughts about the USD that is quite bullish for the last several weeks and doesn't plan to stop. And if we look at the US dollar index on the daily time frame, we'll see that the US dollar broke through the trend line that has been holding the price, the index, for almost a year, for 10 months at least, and it looks like some form of an uptrend has started in the US dollar index.
Yeah, sure.
Kirill, you open the daily time frame, and you definitely can. That's what I'm talking about.
Highlighted it.
This
yes.
trend line.
Yeah, guys. So 4 minutes left. One more time about the gold. So what we can see once again on gold, we can see that the price is currently on the 4-hour time frame descending channel, right? So here we have several resistance zones, If you want to open buy trade, so basically the price has to break above the resistance zone, which is around 1915, and the trend line. So if the price breaks above these resistances, you may open your buy trade with the target at 1928. However, I believe that the price will make some liquidity collection in this area, bounce off the resistance trend line, and continue declining. That's why, as Edward says, until the trend is bearish, we're looking for sell trades and we're not gambling here. So two options to trade SAO USD today. Breakout above 1915, 1916 opens the way to 1928. If the price doesn't break above this level, we are selling towards 1905 and even 1885. However, guys, I would like to mention that by token breakout, I prefer to see the price breaking above this area and at least closing a candle above it. Fake breakouts doesn't count, okay? So if you're trading, for example, on the 1 hour time frame, you want to see a breakout and 1 hour time frame candle has to close above this area. If it just spikes at the beginning of this candle, it might always drop down, forming a huge wick. You don't want to open trades at that moment because you will be basically liquidated. Your trade will go really bad. 2 minutes left. I think one more asset I will start discussing this asset. Sorry, Edward. USD versus Canadian dollar. That's why I also think that the USD might decline today. Because, guys, as you can see that the US dollar versus Canadian, it broke below the resistance trend line. And currently on the lower time frame, we can see that it has formed some area. It broke below this area, and at this particular moment, the price is retesting it. But like, it looks like some huge player doesn't allow the price to go higher. That's why I believe that some spike might occur here. So like 1 minute before the release, he will remove his position.
Yeah, I think the euro is already moving before the release, and gold is also trying to make some movements. Be careful, guys, because the release will be out in like 30 seconds. So be ready. I will tell you as soon as I know some data.
Yeah, so what I was talking about, the USD CAD, yes, I think that, okay, the price is rising, and I think that this area is great point to take your sell trades. Let's see what the release is and trade according to this.
So it's CPI 3.7%. It's 0.1% above the expectations, 3.7 versus 3.6 expectations.
Okay, yeah. Let's just see. The first reaction is extremely bullish for the USD.
Yeah, and extremely bearish for the Euro USD as we expected, but we need to wait because it may be a fake movement.
Yes, exactly. So right now Euro USD is trading around this support trend line or lower border of the wedge. If the price breaks below, we might open some quick scalping trade. Target number 10685, target number 2 1065. However, as you can see, as I said, that the reaction will not be obvious. The buyers are still trying to hold this lower wedge. I personally do not recommend buying here because it is like risk reward is not worth trading as I think, because the CPI, what is about other numbers? Edward, can you check it?
Yeah, of course, other numbers. The core CPI is also above the expectation, 0.3% versus 0.2% expected, and the CPI, the normal one, is as expected, 0.6%. But still, the annual CPI is above the expectations, so it's bearish for the markets.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so what we can see here is if you are a risky trader, if you are a super risky trader and you just willing to trade right now, you might try to buy Euro USD right now with a stop loss, really tiny stop loss here, okay? So this might give you risk to reward ratio. Your risk will be around 100 points and your reward will be around 400 points. Pretty good risk to reward ratio. It's first option. As we can see, buyers are still holding the lower wedge of the lower border of this wedge. That's why it's still an option. However, if you do not want to take this risk right here, I would prefer you to, I would suggest you to wait until the price maybe rises again. As we said, it is still obvious downtrend and we do not expect the pair to globally reverse, especially after these data. As everybody will start pricing the Federal Reserve rate hikes in the near future, okay, so the pair will trend down. However, you might look for sell trades, number one, around this upper border of this wedge, number two, around 108. So, yeah, the price bounced. That's what I was talking about the USD Canadian dollar. If you place some orders right here, this block is still holding. That's what I was talking about this and you interrupted me. I was talking that the guy will remove the big player, how the big players do during these events. They are gaining position right here. Everybody see their orders in the depth, market depth. Right before the event, like for example, he can remove this position, letting the price spike in the opposite direction. But like after this, he will just sell by market and create such a huge wick he did right now, like you see. And he collected a lot of liquidity here. He collected this liquidity. So what I think, we need to confirm the downtrend in USD CAD. And I think that there are two options to trade this pair right now. Option number one, you can sell by market, place stop orders somewhere around 135 and 85. Yeah, and your target, the only one target for USD CAD is right now 135, let's say. 135 is around number psychological level. So this is the option number one. This is for more riskier traders. If you're less riskier, just wait for the trend line, open lower time frame, 15 minutes, 30 minutes time frame, wait for the lower support trend line breakout here, and open your sell trade. The target remains absolutely the same. So if you get either of these confirmations, you can use this information. What do you think about other assets? What's your trade ideas right now?
Well, I would like to speak a little about USD versus Swiss franc. We've been looking at this instrument for quite a couple of days, and as I think the pair on 1 hour time frame, it's collected liquidity above the level of 0.8946, yeah, above the recent high, and then suddenly it started to decline. Well, this is not a surprise for me, and now I'm expecting the pair to go lower and to collect liquidity below this range at around 0.8896, I suppose. You can look at the chart, yeah, below the recent low. It is now looking clearly like a fake breakout, so the next movement will be in the downside direction. So for every short traders, I think there is quite an opportunity to enter this trade, to try to catch this little movement. That's what I have in mind for the Swiss franc. Also,
the price is falling pretty fast in Swiss franc.
Yeah, quite a movement. Also, it's interesting. Well, it's not a Forex major pair, but still, it's interesting to look at the USD versus Chinese yuan, because it started to fall after like a week or maybe or even a month of an uptrend. It suddenly fell because the Chinese bank started to imply some hawkish momentum in Chinese yuan, and right now it is moving lower. I think that this move can continue and will drive the pair to the level of 7.24. I think the recent low on the 1 hour or 4 hour time frame, as you can see. So yeah, this is clearly directions that I have on my mind. Some correction, yeah, you opened a weekly chart for the Chinese yuan, and on the weekly chart, I also see that some correction can probably happen.
Uh,
Yeah, I see some questions. Yeah, well,
I, I,
tell
I
me.
just I just wanna yes totally agree with you. If you're guys swing traders and you're not you do not prefer to spend all the days in front of charts, I think USD Chinese yuan is a great option for a huge swing trade. We have a divergence on weekly time frame. We have a support from the Chinese government at the recent high around 735, and we've been talking about this in our VIP analytics. I think not in Telegram channel, but anyway. This pair is worth looking at, especially if you're trading middle to long term. I think this is it about the USD CNY. What else?
Yeah. What else? I see some questions in the chat that people are want to know something about NASDAQ US 100. I usually don't look at NASDAQ, but still, if we have some time right now, because we're waiting for all other instruments to cool down a little bit after the CPI release, we can look at NASDAQ and just just imagine what do we see on the chart. What do you think about that? Because
Definitely.
NASDAQ is like, for me, yeah, the volatile version of the US 500, the S&P, and it clearly also, as for me, I may be wrong, of course, but it looks like it's gonna go down. It looks like it's trying to break the support trend
Okay,
line.
wait.
Also, it doesn't make, yeah.
I couldn't find NASDAQ. I need to totally add it to
US
this.
100,
No,
yeah.
no, I mean, I didn't find it among my charts. I probably need to create one.
Oh, of course, yeah. Okay, well, still, while you're looking for this, traders, we also can look on
My,
US 500,
my,
or if you're more over US, yeah.
yes, it's okay now. Okay, let's
Yeah,
check. Yeah.
great.
So, what do you
Well,
think?
this huge gap looks like the chart is lagging a little bit.
No, it's okay now. It's okay now.
Okay.
You're lagging a little bit. So what do we see right now? For Nasdaq, is the price is trying to form a bullish flag. Do you agree?
Well, it can. It may be a bullish flag, but also, if you look at the daily time frame, it looks like head over the shoulders, and right shoulder is almost finished.
On the daily. Okay, guys,
Yeah.
it's your choice how you treat this pattern. One of us believes that this is the left shoulder head and the right shoulder. I personally believe that it might be a bullish flag with a consolidation here. Anyway, if you're anyway, like Nasdaq right now has a absolutely clear trend line, resistance trend line, right? And you can see, all of you can see, so if the price breaks above this trend line, I think it might go higher to all-time highs, okay? Here, this is option one to trade Nasdaq. If sellers, for example, hold this line, they don't let the price go above, you can try and sell Nasdaq towards the lower border of this trend, of this flag. But right now the price is somewhere in the middle. Right now we don't have a clear, absolutely clear signal. Only if you're trading 5-minute time frame, but I don't like to analyze US indexes on lower time frame. That's why I would not try to lie you and try to imagine any analysis from my head. So I think we need to find something else. I think that now, after the release, we can tell that we can tell how we see the further price movements on every single asset. So personally, I believe, Edward, let's start. You talking about Euro USD, I talking about gold, and we just quickly.
I want to look at the gold because several minutes before the CPI release, we said that gold will probably reach the lowest point, 1904, and if you look at the chart, it's reached 1903.21. So yeah, it completed this small correction. It collected liquidity below the recent low. That's just what I wanted to show you guys, that price is always trying to collect some liquidity, to collect stop losses that were placed below this level. Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. So, guys, let's just sum up about gold right now. You can go to your chart and draw absolutely the same technical setup. Here is everything clear: downtrend channel, some resistance and support areas, and how you trade it. You either wait for a breakout of the a breakout of the area support or resistance, or you are waiting, you get a confirmation of the reversal. So right now the price is moving towards 1915. Yeah, so the price bounced, and the next target for this move is 1915. I would like you to check how the price reacts to this 1915 resistance area and the descending trend line. It might not even happen today, but tomorrow you also will be trading gold, and you should have this setup in mind. I personally believe that we will have a really slow increase towards this resistance level, and a massive rejection down from this level. I think this is option number one for trading. Also, if, for example, tomorrow PPI will send the US dollar even lower, the price might break this resistance area and skyrocket to 1928. But if you have this setup, you know how to trade it, right? Just be patient, follow the setup. Nothing happened. Like today, the price didn't show extreme gains. It means that gains and volatility is ahead somewhere. The volatility is coming. You just have to be in the right place and have to see how the big players collect in their positions. You have these zones, just go and use them. Euro USD. We probably talk a lot about Euro USD. Also, you should just try to maybe redraw this setup, define the downtrend channel, define the support trend line, resistance trend line globally. Yeah, so draw this wedge. If you're an intraday trader, just use these two borders to scalp inside it. If you're more like maybe a middle term trader, just watch these two levels. The level number one is 108, and then level number two is around 107 and 7, right? So basically here is your range for sell trades of Euro USD. After this, we expect, I think you agreed, Eduard, yeah? We still expect Euro USD to decline further.
Yeah, I still expect, because it looks like a downtrend for me. There is no signs of some upward like reversal, and as I see on the Forex market, the trends are very long, because you can wait for a consolidation to end, and the consolidation may last like for a year, for several years. But when the trend starts, especially in Euro USD, the trend is continuing all the way along without any reversals. You can look at the daily Euro USD chart. For example, in 2021, the downtrend started around at the level of 1.22, and it lasted for 2 years and ended below the parity level at around 0.95. So yeah, when the trend starts, it's not going to end soon, and I think there is still some place to fall for the Euro USD, at least to the level of 1.067, 1.063, and maybe in some extreme cases to 1.0527.
Yes,
But it's like it's a more risky one.
Exactly. So guys, instead of instead of gambling right here, right now, just look for resistance and support levels and use them in your trading strategy. Currently, the price is just in the middle of nowhere, basically in the middle of this wedge. That's why go take your break, wait for the price to come to either side, and after that, make your decision. If it goes here, sell. If it breaks the lower border, you also can sell. If it somehow breaks the upper border of this descending channel, you can buy. But I don't believe in this scenario. Let's move forward as the stream is approaching the end. As we discussed, USD Canadian dollar, exactly clear situation. We have a huge order block here, and the price is trying to reach it. I think it will, like technically, it really approaching this level, and I think nothing would stop it from doing it. So my personal thoughts that if you haven't sold yet, just wait for the breakout of this support trend line and open your sell trades. I think that this one will pay you out definitely, but we will see tomorrow. So GBP USD, what do we have here? We have also, guys, several resistance levels and support right here. So basically that's all you need. You have a local trend line, resistance trend line here. If you see a breakout above this trend line, you can open buy order towards the 125 and 3. If you see a breakout of the support area, you just sell the pair and hold it until 123 and 9. I think this analysis would work because like you have to highlight the areas, and these areas they work pretty good in the recent times. So what else you want to say about USD GPY? Something else?
Yeah, I just want to ask the chat, what else do you guys want us to analyze? Maybe some pairs except for gold and Euro USD and USD GBP. Maybe some other pairs, maybe you trade some exotic instruments and you want us to look at them.
Let's check.
So write in the chat, it will be interesting. Yeah.
Let's quickly check, guys. Just surprisingly found this pair, Euro GPY. What do we have here? Just let's define the trend and you will make your decision later. So what do we have here? We have here, first of all, divergence. Bullish divergence on 4-hour time frame. First bottom here. Second here, right? So double bottom. So here we have neckline, which is 158 and 5, and currently the price is breaking above this neckline. If the price closes 4-hour candle above 158 and 5, you may open a long trade with the target at least, let's say 159 and 4 and 159.75, which is around 800 points of your gain. So for example, if you use 1-to-4 risk-reward ratio, you can set your stop loss around 200 points, and this trade will, if it succeeds, it will bring you 800 points, which is, as I said, 1-to-4 risk-reward ratio. I think it's amazing for Forex trading.
Well, also, yeah. Sorry, Kirill, if we are finished with Euro GPY, also a couple of pairs that our viewers want us to analyze. It's XBR USD, Brent oil, and Australian dollar to USD.
Okay, Brent oil.
Brent oil, yeah, I think, yeah, why not?
What do you want to say about Brent oil? I see it is.
Well, it's rising. It's definitely rising. It has broken through the ascending triangle on 1-hour chart just yesterday. It has broken through the upper border and has gained like 1.5% since the breakout happened. And if you look on the daily time frame, we can see that this is very sharp uptrend movement with it may look like a channel to you, and like the uptrend in oil doesn't plan to stop. OPEC Plus is decreasing the oil production, and other countries that are in OPEC decreasing production by themselves. And all this puts even more upside pressure on oil. It pushes the inflation up also. If you don't know, then the oil it reflects the majority of production, especially in the United States. So higher oil prices means higher production prices, and higher production prices means high inflation. So when the oil goes up for the market, it means that in a matter of several weeks, several months, the stocks will be under pressure because inflation will go higher, and the demand for the goods will be lower, and the economy will be slower. So high oil prices is not very good for the economy if the economy wants to speed up. And it's also not good for the economy that wants to cool down, as the U.S. economy, for example, that is too hot for the last 2 years. The U.S. Federal Reserve is trying to cool the economy down, and when we see that the oil prices are rising, that means the Fed will have some difficulties, and that means that there will be more hawkish comments or less dovish comments, more tightening in the economy to control prices. Guys, it's all interconnected. So when we see that the oil is rising, it's not only that we want to buy oil and earn on the growth. We also need to look for the other assets, because everything is interconnected. Everything affects everything. Yeah, but talking about oil, it's moving in the channel, it's moving higher, and I think that some correction needs to happen near these levels, near the level of 92. But I have one of rules of my trading, and this rule is never try to short the instrument that is pumping right now, because if you try to short the pump, probably you will become a liquidity for the short squeeze.
I just wanna add that I've used several technical analysis methods to predict where the oil price will come, and all instruments point to only one level, 98. That's why I have no doubts that in the upcoming weeks oil will reach this level. The question is where we are going to buy it. So first of all, I've used the Fibonacci. If you look right now on the screen, so basically this is my point, 100 point. I've measured this correction, and you can see right here 261 and 8. Also, you can see on the chart that this level matches with these highs, right? Highs from October 2022. So if you even measure the first wave of this pump and put it here, it also points to this level. 3 confirmations, so I have no doubt that the price will reach this level. I personally wait for oil to draw something similar. I just need a little correction inside the wave. So basically, right now the price is pumping. I think that most of the oscillators is locally, they are overbought. That's why I would just wait for a little decline and probably try to buy oil around 90, 66, 90, 65, 90, 60. So this level acted as a solid resistance recently. I think the price might retest it and continue rising. That's why wait for pullback and follow the trend. Do not try to short it. You better miss this pump and short it right here around 98. Then you short somewhere here, wait until 96, get liquidated, and miss your sell trade around 98. That's why we buy on correction and we sell around 98. That's all I think about oil.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I think the last one for today can be Australian dollar versus the United States dollar.
I'm really proud for USD Canadian dollar analysis. As I said, liquidity collection and decline, guys. The price just broke below the trend line. It was the second trigger for sell trade, guys. I hope you use it. So sorry, can you repeat it once again? We have 2 minutes left. What do we need to check?
Yeah, Australian dollar versus the USD.
All right. Yeah. If you have any ideas, I personally have only one idea.
Yeah. What's that?
I drew a trend line. It's amazing, absolutely amazing trend line that connects two highs at the very beginning of this downtrend. And I believe that right now the price, like if we look on the lower time frame, it is something like a bullish flag after a pump, right? So it's at least it's an descending channel. So I think that if the price breaks out of this channel, we might enter a buy trade and hold this buy trade at least for like, I think 300 points, 400 points would be enough for this trade. So I think it is possible to trade right now.
Yeah. To be honest, I also see the same picture on the pair, because it looks like we have ended the local downtrend, or at least we started a prolonged correction of this downtrend. And this channel that you drew on the chart may really be the support for the price. And after the breakout of the upper border, or maybe right now, some traders might try to open buy trades and aim for the recent highs of 0.645, or maybe even higher to 0.648.
Yeah, so
These two levels seems, a good one for me.
absolutely, just intraday trading, scalping inside this channel. If the price breaks above the upper border of this channel, you guys are welcome to set the stop loss around, let's say, 164.05. Oh, sorry, 0.6405, and collect all these 400 points until the price comes to this resistance block. I think this is it. We've discussed much more than we were expected.
Yeah.
I'm really like enjoying looking and analyzing for you. I think we will continue doing it in our Telegram channel today, but even not if today, I think that tomorrow will be amazing day for trading, as the prices are drawing extremely important and extremely cool patterns that we are definitely going to analyze for you and give you trade ideas, and we hope that most of them will hit the targets instead of stop losses. Thank you guys for your attention.
Thank you guys.
Have a great trading day and week. Enjoy life. Bye bye.
Thank you guys. Bye.
Бля, ну я тоже ору с этого